Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm super excited to talk about the latest and greatest in the Helldivers universe, the LAS-16 Sickle Laser Weapon. This beauty is part of the new cutting-edge premium war bond. Now, you might be tempted to think this is just another mid-tier weapon, but oh boy, let me tell you, with the right setup, this thing can absolutely dominate in suicide difficulty and beyond. With the recent updates, the game's dynamics have really changed. Chargers and Bile Titans aren't as big of a headache in Helldive difficulty as they used to be. But don't get too comfortable because there's a new menace in town. Hunters and other small to mid-tier bugs have become a real pain. They swarm you, pin you down, and next thing you know, you're toast. And it's not just them. Those annoying armored green pukers are everywhere now, along with a spike in warriors, stalkers, and brood commanders. The game's really shifted focus to these smaller but equally deadly swarming enemies. But here's the kicker. The Sickle Laser Rifle is your new best friend in these scenarios. On its own, it's pretty solid, but when you pair it with the right support stratagems, it transforms into an absolute beast that can rule the Helldivers universe. Trust me, you're going to want to check this out. Here at Insightful Gaming, we're all about giving you the tools and tactics to turn the tide of battle. And today, we're zeroing in on the best armor and stratagems to pair with your sickle, transforming it from a decent choice to your go-to-god tier weapon. So, if you're ready to up your game and spread some democracy, you've come to the right place. If you find this guide helpful, do us a solid and hit that like button. It helps us reach more like-minded gamers like you. And hey, why not subscribe for more Helldivers content? Please help me reach 1,000 likes in first 24 hours. Without further ado, let's jump into the fray. Let's cover the essentials. The LAS-16 Sickle is a primary weapon that's categorized under rifles. Much like its relative, the LAS Scythe, it's an energy weapon equipped with a heatsink. As you might be aware, there's no traditional ammo here. It comes with 6 heat sinks, and overheating the weapon means you'll need to swap in a fresh heatsink. To get your hands on the LAS-16 Sickle, you first need to unlock the cutting-edge war bond, which will set you back 1,000 super credits. If you've been diligent with your missions or purchasing super credits through Credit Store, you should be well prepared. Once you've unlocked the war bond, you'll find the LAS-16 Sickle listed on the first page, ready to be acquired for just 20 metal, making it quite the steal once you've unlocked the necessary war bond. Initially, you might glance at the stats and think, alright, this gun doesn't seem too impressive. But once you move beyond the numbers and actually deploy it in combat, things start to get interesting. To kick things off, the gun comes with a base damage of 55, a recoil of 2, and a firing rate of 750. While these figures give a general sense of how the sickle might perform, experiencing its capabilities firsthand in battle is entirely different. The sickle's damage may seem modest, but it compensates with a high firing rate, unleashing a barrage of lasers swiftly. There's a brief delay before it fires, which requires adjustment, but adapting to its firing rhythm happens pretty quickly. This weapon can penetrate only light armor, effective up to brood commanders on the Terminate side. Yet it falls short against medium armor or higher. Additionally, the sickle comes equipped with 3 different scope options, enhancing its versatility across various distances. You can change the modes by holding down your reload button. Also, it seems to shoot more accurately when you are using sickle in a first-person mode. Hey, so you're probably wondering, how does it hold up in battle? Well, I took it for a spin on the latest mission, and let me tell you, it was an absolute game changer. We were practically drowning in bugs from every possible angle. I'm talking a full-on bug apocalypse here. Hunters, warriors, you name it, but this weapon, it was like it was made for moments like these. I was shredding through those smaller bugs, like hunters and scavengers, no problem. And the warriors? They might as well have been butter the way I was cutting through them. Got close to overheating a couple of times, but that's when I'd switched to my trusty Redeemer. Saved my skin more than once. In semi-auto mode, the Redeemer just breezes through the smaller bugs and even warriors without breaking a sweat. Once the area's clear, I flip back to the sickle and boom! It's like we're back in action. Honestly, I was having a blast just tearing through those bug swarms. But man, the good times hit a bit of a snag when, like 2 minutes in, we got hit by charges. And, gotta be honest, the Redeemer kind of falls short against those guys. But hey, It's not really meant to handle the big heavy enemies like Chargers anyway, right? That's when you pull out the big guns, your support stratagems. Whether you're up against bugs and pull out the flamethrower, arc thrower, or the expendable anti-tank and you're golden. Those things can drop a charger no problem. Even the railgun, post-nerf and in unsafe mode, just demolishes them. So, here's the cool part. This weapon isn't just great against bugs, it totally rocks against bots too. You can wipe out all those foot soldiers with just a few shots. Berserkers might need a tad more effort, but man, is it satisfying to take down Devastators with the sickle. And while third-person mode is cool and all, trust me, first person is where it's at against the robots. The accuracy? Chef's kiss. Blasting Devastators, whether they're rocket-wielding or shield-bearing, just aim for the head in first person and they're down with a few precise shots. My tip? Play with 50 zoom, it's a game changer. Finally, for tanks or turrets, you have to go around, find their vulnerable spot to take them down, or use your airstrike or orbital rail cannon on it. But hey, I'm really keen to hear what you think about the sickle. In my book, it's a top-notch primary, super effective whether you're going up against robots or bugs. What's your take? So, what really pushes this weapon into the S tier league? It's gotta be the unlimited ammo and how it just slices through those low to mid tier bugs like they're nothing. Seriously, I've racked up kill counts over 50 so many times it's not even funny. The shift in game, where the mid tier enemy's a bigger threat, we needed a weapon like the sickle. This is why this weapon is a S tier. It takes care of the biggest threat in Helldivers. Those bad boys will get the job done. And as for those gnarly Bile Titans, that's when we bring out the big guns with our offensive stratagems. Speaking of which, let's dive into those stratagems for a sec. They really do turn the sickle into an even bigger monster than it already is. Alright, let's dive into the perfect duo. The sickle and the guard dog rover. These two together? Absolute magic. They tear through swarms of hunters and mid-tier bugs like they're nothing. The rover's always on its toes, zapping enemies with its laser rifle, which is a beast at sweeping the field and shredding armored foes. Now, I know there are folks out there who might not rate this stratagem as S tier, but hear me out, I totally do. Sure, it's got the potential to backfire and take out you or your teammates if you're not careful. But here's the deal. If we get savvy about dodging friendly fire from the rover, this stratagem flips the game on its head. I never hit the field without it. It's like having a personal bodyguard for the smaller pests, freeing me up to take down the big guns. Trust me, it's a game changer. So next up, we gotta tackle those charges, right? We've got a bunch of options, but my personal favorites? The flamethrower and the arc thrower. However, when it comes to sheer power, the expendable anti-tank is just insane. This thing can take down charges in one shot and even leave a Bile Titan limping. But get this, one smack from the expendable anti-tank combined with the Eagle airstrike, that's a Bile Titan's worst nightmare. Now, speaking of the Eagle airstrike, let me tell you, this stratagem is a game changer. It's perfect for sealing up those bug holes and wrecking fabricators. Charges, no problem. Bile Titans, it'll make them think twice. And the best part, it's super quick to call in and wreak havoc on enemy swarms or patrols in just a few seconds. This stratagem is my ace in the hole, and it even comes with 3 charges that you can rearm for a full reload. But wait, it gets better. With the right ship upgrades, you can turn this airstrike into an unstoppable force. Start with the liquid ventilated cockpit to slash your Eagle stratagem cooldown in half. Then add the pit crew hazard pay to cut down the rearm time by 20%. And don't forget the expanded weapons bay, which gives you an extra use of your Eagle stratagem. Trust me, with these upgrades, you're basically the boss of the battlefield. Finally, for our 4th stratagem, we are using the orbital rail cannon. His thing is like the ultimate not today button for any towering terror that dares to step up to you in Helldivers. Picture this. You're squared off against a Bile Titan, this massive beast ready to stomp you into the ground, and then you call down the beacon. Next thing you know, a laser from the heavens zaps your problem away. And the best part? You don't need to be a sharpshooter to make it work. It seeks out the biggest threat on the field and just takes it out of the equation. Boom! One shot, one less giant problem. This is a perfect stratagem to take down a Bile Titan. Next, let's discuss armor. We're going to go with either light or medium armor. It's the sweet spot between protection and agility. Now, onto perks. My latest go-to when facing off against bugs is the Ambassador of the Brand Armor, sporting the extra padding perk. This gem gives you a hefty 150 armor rating, which is on par with what you'd get from heavy armor, but without slowing you down. If that doesn't float your boat, the Scout and Engineering Kit perks are also solid choices. Scout makes you 30% less noticeable to enemies. Plus, it lets you spot them on the map after a quick ping. Finally, and the Engineering Kit. It hands you 2 extra grenades, perfect for those missions where you're tasked with shutting down bug nests. Alrighty folks, we're wrapping up today's video. I gotta say, I had a blast testing out this loadout, and honestly, the Sickle, it's a powerhouse. Especially when you're facing off against those small to mid-tier enemies, which, let's face it, are the real pain in our sides in this game. That's why I'm putting this weapon up there in the S tier category. I'm super curious to hear what you guys think about the Sickle, so hit up the comments and let me know. And if you found this video helpful or enjoyed it, smash that like button for me, will ya? Till we meet again, I hope you all have an awesome week ahead. Catch you in the next one.